Lately, I have been in a bit of a motivational slump, and this just happens from time to time. Sometimes it's just natural, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's burnout. Mine is probably a combination of all three of those to some degree, and I haven't really felt like doing much of anything. Now, one thing that I have really enjoyed doing over the last few weeks, and I've been doing a lot of, is thrifting. And I've scored a lot of really cool stuff, so I wanted to share that with you guys today, do a little thrift haul, try to kind of work myself back up into posting a little bit more here on the YouTube and try to get back into my motivational flow. All right. Okay, first up, where do I even start? I'm gonna start with Mississippi. So I went home to Mississippi where my family lives for Thanksgiving, and I stayed for a little over 2 weeks and did get a chance to go to one of the thrift stores there. Now, I don't come from a big hometown or anything, it's not a huge city, but the thrifting there was actually pretty good, and I found quite a few things that I was really happy with. I got this really chunky, warm kind of grandpa sweater. It kind of reminds me of like Mr. Rogers' sweater a little bit. But I've just been wearing it around the house as kind of like an extra layer to stay nice and cozy. It is a J. Crew sweater and it's in great condition. It's got a couple of pockets here on the front. It's got kind of a little bit of a shawl collar. It has been the perfect little extra layer around the house to kind of keep me nice and cozy because I always have a sweater nearby. I also found this little collared knit shirt. It's very stretchy. It's like a very stretchy rib knit, and it's got this little drawstring in the front to kind of ruche the center front, which, I mean, you know, if I ruche it, it kind of comes up a little bit high. So I definitely would have to wear it with some super high-waisted pants or a skirt possibly. These little collared knit shirts right now are so in, and I've seen them everywhere. And I love this color. If you saw the video where I dyed my dress, I did it kind of like a coppery orangish yellow color. And I actually really liked that color a lot with my coloring. So with my eye color and my hair color, I thought it looked really nice. So I've really been on the lookout for these types of brown kind of copper tones. Also, that sweater that I just showed you was kind of a warmer brown too. But I just really like this a lot. It's super stretchy, super soft and comfy. It feels a little bit sexy, but I thought it would be really cute with either some high-waisted pants or like a high-waisted skirt. I also found this really cool like faux leather bomber jacket. This is a style that I definitely would have been into in my like 20s, like going out, a little layer to put over my going out outfit. So I think that's why this called to me. I honestly don't even know how I'm gonna style this yet, but I just really thought it was cute. It's dark brown, it's got these ribbed knit collar pieces and a ribbed knit waistband. It zips up. There's also rib knit cuffs, and it was in pretty good condition, and it kind of has that moto style, which I really like too. So I haven't bought anything like this in so long, but maybe the nostalgia made me do it. So anyway, I thought this was really cute. So I have a couple of thrift stores here that I really like. One is the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. It's a really small thrift store, but I really like it because I always find stuff there. They just have a really nicely curated selection of things. And then the other one that I go to a lot is the Volunteers of America thrift store. Now that one is much larger, but again, I find so much stuff there. So I found this little rain jacket. It is fleece lined, so I think it helps keep it nice and cozy in there. I've been wearing it over my workout clothes when I go to the gym and for walking the dog and that kind of thing, but it's in actually great condition. And this material is kind of like it's a nylon material, but it's not like super swishy, you know, it's like a little bit softer and a little bit more pliable, almost like a neoprene kind of texture. I didn't really have like a raincoat, and this is perfect because when it gets wet, it's kind of got this like wicking quality to it where it like basically dries immediately. My only complaint with this jacket is that the pockets are too small. I can barely fit my hand in them. I have to like shove my phone down in there, and getting things back out of the pockets is a little bit of a challenge. But other than that, I think it's a pretty great little jacket. Now at that same store, I found this navy dress, and it's like a maxi length dress. It's really a little bit too big for me. It says that the size is medium, but the sizing on it is really weird. Like the shape of it's really weird, but I liked the fabric, and the fabric is, let's see, where is it? Oh, it had a tag on it still. I don't know where it came from, but it looks like it's been worn, but Again, it still has a tag on it, so maybe it hasn't been worn. It says it's a Bemberg fabric on this tag, and it says Bemberg is an incredible fiber which is produced from natural cotton linter. So it looks like it's pretty old. I don't know when this was made, but there was something about the fabric that I like. It kind of has a little bit of a ribbed texture to it, even though it's a non-stretch fabric. It doesn't have any stretch to it. And although it is a little bit big on me, I thought maybe I could do some sort of gathering or shirring on the bodice to kind of bring it in a little bit, because the bodice is actually really wide, but the sleeves are kind of small. Like the sleeves are almost like too constricting on my biceps. So it just feels kind of weird to move my arms around. So I may kind of experiment with this one and see if there's a way that I can flip it into something that's a little bit more form-fitting in the bodice. But there was just something about it that called to me, so I got it. Now these next items are pieces that I picked up in Bad Axe, Michigan. So this is a smaller town in the Thumb region of Michigan. We have some family that lives kind of around that area, and I love going to the thrift stores there because, again, I always find stuff. And whenever we go visit, I'm always like, hey, you wanna go to the thrift store? So I found so many cool things at this thrift store this past weekend when we were out there. And anyway, here we go. I'll just get right into it. So the first one is this maxi skirt. It's got kind of a black and tan paisley print on it, and I just loved how simple it was. It does have a ruffle on the bottom that I'll probably remove because it's just not really my style to have the ruffle along the bottom like that, but it fits great. I think it'd be really cute with like a black turtleneck and some black boots for a kind of winter vibe. I think it could also go into the spring and summer with like a tank top and some sandals. So I really, really liked this. And the price on this one was $3.50. And actually, I think they were having like a 50% off sale that day. So yeah, I got this for what, $1.75? I mean, that's pretty darn good. Now at the Goodwill, I found some really cute pieces. I found this amazing blazer. This is like a brown tweed blazer. It's in fantastic condition and it fits beautifully. It's a size 10, and when I saw it on the rack, I was like, heck yes. I've been keeping my eyes out for blazers lately. And a few months ago, I found a black blazer at one of the thrift stores here in Lansing, and I love it. It looks so cute over dresses. And so I really wanted to have one that was brown, and I've kind of been putting it out into the universe that I want to find a brown blazer that's a little bit longer and kind of goes down to the hip for that a little bit oversized look, but I didn't actually want it to be oversized in the shoulders. So this one checked all of the boxes. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful blazer. And I think maybe I spent $6 or $7 on this. It was not very expensive at all. I think it'll be cute with jeans. It'll be cute over dresses. And you can tell it's just really well made. The brand of it is Corbin Collection, which I've never heard of. And there's not actually a label that tells me the fiber content, but I'm almost positive that the shell is wool and that the lining is probably like an acetate or like a synthetic. But yeah, it's really, really beautiful blazer. Perfect fit, and I can't wait to wear this. At that same Goodwill store, I also found a couple of dresses. So I've been really into dresses lately, and I've just been feeling like I wanna feel a little bit more fabulous when I go out and about. I don't get out of the house that much, but when I do, I kind of like to dress up. So this one is a Liz Claiborne collection dress. And I just really liked the print on this one. I thought it was really pretty, this little black and white ditzy floral. It does have shoulder pads, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I'll probably remove those. I'll probably kind of do a little bit of shaping around the neckline and kind of take in the shoulder a little bit and reset the sleeve. A few little things like that to make it a little bit more me and my style, a little bit more current. I think this is just a really beautiful print, and the style of the dress has a lot of potential, so I grabbed it. And this one I think was probably about $6 as well. Now this last dress I also found at the Goodwill in Bad Axe. It is a Lucky Brand dress, and it's just a cute little kind of springy, summery dress. It's got, again, a ditzy floral print. It's kind of a purple and red and white print on a black background. Or it might be navy actually. Anyway, it could probably go either way. But this fit perfectly. And I am not 100% sold on the colors in this print because I don't wear a lot of purple and red. I think it would be cute as a little bit more muted color palette. So when I first looked at it, I was thinking I might try to dye it the same way that I dyed the fabric for that dress that I made a few weeks ago, because that kind of emboldened me to try dyeing my clothing a little bit more. But once I tried it on, I was like, I actually kind of like this. So I'm not sure exactly yet how to style it for winter. I thought it would be really cute with some tall boots. I don't actually have any like knee-high boots right now, but again, I think this would be really cute with some tall boots and some sort of sweater or jacket over it for the winter months and into the spring. And then for the summer, I think this would just be perfect with a pair of sandals. It has buttons down the front. It also has a lace-up back so that you can kind of cinch the back and make it a little bit more form-fitting in the waist, which I love. It's just a really great little dress. It fits really well and it makes me feel really pretty when I wear it. So I also found some fabric while I was looking at the thrift stores again in Bad Axe, and I'm always looking for fabric for not only garments that I plan to wear, but I'm also looking for fabrics that I can use for making muslins. So the first fabric that I found is this deep teal green with these black flowers, and I don't even know, let's see how many yards this is. I mean, it's probably, gosh, like 3 or 4 yards. It's a lot. It's a lot of fabric. Actually, it might be more like 5 or 6 yards. Anyway, the fiber content feels like it's probably polyester. It's really soft. I do have some patterns in the works right now. I do need to make some samples so I can kind of move to the next phase of developing those patterns. So when I saw this fabric, I was like, oh, this is actually perfect for one of the patterns that I want to, I still have to do a little bit of development on, because it's going to be a dress and it's got a nice flow to it. And I think this will be really pretty. And I have more than enough here to make a dress. I could probably make, gosh, like 3 or 4 garments out of this. So I was very excited to find this, and I got this for, well, it was $5, and this particular store was having a 50% off sale, so I got it for $2.50. I mean, my gosh, what is that, like 25 cents a, or no, 50 cents a yard? Yeah, about 50 cents a yard. And then the other fabric that I found was this knit gingham fabric. Now this fabric actually, it feels kind of old. I mean, it feels like it's probably been sitting in someone's fabric stash for years, possibly decades. But this last summer, I actually really wanted to make myself a little gingham like tank dress. And when I saw this fabric, I was like, oh, this would be perfect, for a dress like that. So I may end up saving it for the spring, summer, but I thought it was really cute. This is probably about it's about 2 yards. It looks like it's only maybe 45 inches wide. Yeah, so it's probably about 48 inches wide. So it's not super wide, but I think I could probably make a couple of really cute things out of this for the spring and summer. Hello. Okay. Did you think we were done? We're not done. I do have more things to share that I thrifted, and these things I'm gonna put into more of the home category. So this is somewhat related, kind of unrelated, but for the longest time I've been searching for a credenza to go in this space. As you can see, I now have a credenza back here. I was trying to find one that was thrifted, but I never really could find one that I just super loved or that I thought had the potential to be something that I would love. So I finally broke down, found a Black Friday deal, and bought one online over the Thanksgiving holiday, which has also made me want to decorate this space more, and I've just been keeping my eyes peeled for more home decor items whenever I go out. So I'm gonna start with some of the books that I found. I've been keeping my eyes open for either interesting coffee table books or cooking books. Another thing that I really love to do is to cook, and I cook a lot. I cook almost all of our meals, and I really enjoy cooking for people, and I find a lot of recipes on Pinterest, but one thing that I love about cookbooks is that you can kind of get ideas for things that you might not have otherwise thought about. I feel like when you're searching for recipes online, you kind of have to know what you're searching for. Anyway, so I did find some really great cookbooks at the thrift stores over the last couple of weekends. The first one that I found is actually this one here on the bottom. Is this book called Real Stew by Clifford A. Wright. And this has recipes inspired by cuisine all over the world, which I love because I love trying new things. And I'm lucky that I have a husband that likes to also try new things, so he can be my little guinea pig. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool book, lots of recipe ideas. And I also recently bought a Dutch oven pot and have been experimenting with recipes in that, and it's been amazing, and I have really enjoyed using that, so I think I'll get some good ideas for that out of this book. But anyway, Real Stew. I thought that was a fun little cookbook. Now, when I was at the thrift store in Bad Axe this weekend at the Goodwill, I found this book, Cooking at Home, the Culinary Institute of America, Essential Techniques and Recipes for Creating Great Food. And this just has a lot of really great cooking techniques, so a souffled cheddar omelet, shirred eggs. I don't even know what that is, so, maybe I'll learn some new things. Huevos rancheros, herbed pilaf, so it's a lot of stuff that's kind of a little bit more kind of cooking basics. It sort of has a culinary flair to it, so I thought this was just a really fun book to have to, again, get some ideas and maybe learn a few new techniques. I also like this one because it's a hardcover and I can remove the book jacket. I think it'll just look really nice stacked back here on my new credenza. Also at the Goodwill, I found this book, Martha Stewart's Hors d'oeuvres Handbook. And I thought, I don't know, Martha Stewart is just iconic anyway, but I thought this would be really good for some holiday appetizer ideas. I did recently take a cooking class on holiday appetizers, and I picked up a few ideas in that. So I think that was kind of in my mind when I saw this book, and I was like, oh, more appetizers. I don't know, it just seemed like a fun book to have. And it is loaded with so many recipes. You know, Martha, she don't skimp. So I'm excited to kind of flip through this one and see what kind of ideas I can get. This one was only $4. I think this cooking at home book was only $4. And this one, the Real Stew book, I think I got this for maybe $2 or $3. So. And then these other two things are kind of practical, but I got a couple of replacement carafes for our coffee maker. So we have a Mr. Coffee coffee maker, and several months ago I broke the carafe to our coffee maker, and I had to kind of quickly try to find one. I did end up finding a carafe online, but the only one that I could find that would ship like immediately was in white, which does not match. So it's like mismatched right now. So these were all black handles and black tops. They were only $1 a piece. So if we ever break our carafe again, we have some extras as backup. And last but certainly not least, and probably my favorite thing that I've thrifted this past weekend, is this brass lamp behind me. So it's kind of like a neat urn shape. It's in really excellent condition. I think I got it for like $10. It did not come with a shade. I just went to Home Goods and picked up a nice shade for about $16. And it also has a dimmer switch, which is really nice. I think it looks amazing with my new credenza, and it adds a little bit of extra mood lighting over here in this corner of the apartment. I'm so thrilled that I found this for this area. Oh hi, it's voiceover Casey here. I totally forgot to film an outro for this video, so consider this your outro. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.